from the grounds of the University of Arkansas at Pulaski Tech, where we just gave almost $13 million to a California company to be a liaison between the construction company to build a new prison. My question is, why didn't you give that to an Arkansas company? Why give it to somebody in California that we got to travel 2,000 miles to talk to? Not much sense in that, is there? Recently, Sean Ryan, oh, by the way, if I've helped you, like, repost, and join me on YouTube. Really helps us out. Sean Ryan recently apologized for 2 men of the Aerial Recovery Group, Disaster Relief Group, who said the truth that Kamala Harris, North Carolina, C-17, that it was just a photo shoot because the airplane never got off the ground to deliver the goods. And it didn't. It didn't. Because the Air Force or the National Guard came back and said, well, that plane had a problem, and we waited till we changed planes the next day, and then we delivered the goods. And they gave some flight logs as evidence. Sean, I love you, but I don't believe that shit one bit. Matter of fact, I'm at a point, and American people are at a point where, hey, if we don't see it in person because of AI, we don't believe it. And so I'm going to stick with the guys that said it didn't happen. That's what I'm going with, right? And right now across the country, oh, quick point, this is the truth from Marshall and other people in the area around Chimney Rock and all that areas that stated this, that the storm had not arrived, that they still had power and water and solar and everything else. But the one thing that went down before any of that was the cell phone communication. And so many of them, when they got their phones turned on days later, you know what the first text message they got was immediately? Was an alert that there was a hurricane in the area after the destruction. Now, whose fault is that? How does that work? And now across the country, on newspapers, especially the ones in Little Rock, there's stories of how these poor, pitiful government officials are going door to door and they're meeting resistance because of people don't want them there. No, motherfuckers, they wanted you there 2 weeks ago when they were starving to death and their homes were going down the creeks and the bridges were getting washed out and y'all were fiddle fucking around. That's when they wanted you. And when you showed your real color, when you played your card and now you're coming around, you're like the story of the little hen, right? That went around and asked everybody to help her crack corn. And when she made bread, that's when everybody showed the fuck up. And that's you. Matter of fact, there is a new national anthem for America. And it goes like this: fuck the government, right? And if you work for the government, hey, fuck you. How about that? Put that on your plate with your peas and your carrots. A big fuck you. Especially if you're one of those people that likes to stand up, and I don't give a fuck if you're a police officer, a military person, a fucking DMV worker, a governor, and you say, well, just following orders. You know what Trump's orders? Doing the right fucking thing. That is the American anthem. And I don't give a fuck what swinging dick, whatever fucking Mayorkas or Homeland Security or fucking FBI agent, just look at the Secret Service. What a bunch of fucking idiots. I don't care what chest thing you got, what honor, whatever, what badge, what gun you got, what authority you got. The idea that you could fucking disregard the right thing to do with saying, I'm just following orders, shows just what a weak piece of shit you are. Right? Do you think the American people get by with saying, well, I was just following orders? No. You think if you make your living off the taxing and toil of the sweat of the American people that are trying to survive and become somebody, if you're one of those pompous assholes that does that, or better yet, if you're that was the thing about Trump that fucked him up, see? Those people up there like Lindsey Graham and all these other fucking idiots think that people are too fucking, they're not educated enough to govern. They're not sophisticated enough to govern. Listen, motherfucker, we don't need to be governed, right? We're Americans. We're not Canada. We don't need you restricting our social media platforms, because that's what you're doing. See, everybody wants to blame Facebook and Twitter, and then you want to sue TikTok and all this bullshit you want to do. And it ain't the platforms, it's the fucking government, right? That's that foreign policy, the European Digital fucking Act, where if X and all them don't do what they say, well, they're going to tax them, I don't know, 4% of their global revenue, or kick them out of their nations across the world. Whose fault's that? Is that Mark Zuckerberg? No, that's the fucking American government. That's the assholes that like to stand up and say, well, just following orders. Hey, go fuck off. How about that? Follow that order. All right? From North Carolina down to Tennessee. How about that? Put that in your fucking pipe and smoke it, motherfucker. Right? Oh, you're spreading hate and dissension. You damn right I am. Because I'm fed the fuck up. And so are millions of other motherfuckers that are governed by a small select group of people that are just following orders. Follow this, motherfucker. Right to your grave. How about that? The only efficient thing in the American government has 3 fucking letters in it. And it's called the IRS. That's it. The rest of the shit is your thought collective group of 600 to a couple of thousand people that think that the American people are not educated, sophisticated, delicate enough, higher learned, or whatever to fucking think for them fucking self. Well, here we are. Fuck you. Put that in your anthem. Go find a new career. And stay the fuck out of North Carolina. They don't want you there. And quit labeling them as fucking militias and shit. They're American dick-swinging motherfuckers that lost everything. And you motherfuckers gave them $750. And you what? You expect them to be happy? Is Amazon delivering there today? Is their stores open? What, did you bring them a fucking cup of coffee, motherfucker? Huh? Fuck you. And your fucking government. And your fucking job. And your title. And eat one from the American people. The new American anthem. Fuck you. Fluent English.